Hey everyone, Jake here with Clackacraft Drip Boats. Hey, I'm here today to show you one of our models. Another cool video that we went ahead and put together here for you. If you like our videos, make sure you hit like and subscribe below. I plan on doing some more videos. I got some stuff on there already on different models. And if you have some ideas for me, hit me up at jake@clackacraft.com and we'll get some ideas together and do another video. Today we have our most universal 16-foot boat we have. It pretty much can do a little bit of everything as far as lakes, estuaries, big rivers, Montana rivers, East Coast rivers, you name it. You want a boat that's the most universal boat as far as layout goes, this is it. The 16-foot Big Eddy. It is a super cool boat. It's based off of our 16-foot Eddy design. So it's got a little bit more freeboard, meaning side height to it in the front and back, and also along with the oarlocks here. It's also, we call it a 16-foot switch model, which is a universal interior, meaning that everything can kind of be changed in and out of this boat depending on what type of fishing you're going to do. So that's a really cool idea. A lot of us have families you might want to go to the lake with. You want to have 4 people on the boat. I know some of our hardcore fishermen go, I'm not going to do that. Well, you will. You're going to want an option for that because I've had those phone calls. This boat's cool because you can put a fixed box in the front or you can have 2 boxes in the front along with the rear passenger. So therefore it's a 4-person boat, which makes it really, really cool. So you can use it different styles of fishing, different times of year, with multiple family members or friends, which is a really, really cool layout. So as far as this boat goes, it's really easy to switch these out too. They're Phillips screw. The boxes can be taken out, both out of the front. One can be slid center. And along with the rear box, which is cool, you can take it completely out of the boat, and therefore you can use it for camp trips, put some different gear back there, which makes it really cool as far as option-wise. Also, this rear box can be offset, meaning it can be slid over to the starboard side of the boat, which is the right side of the boat, slid on over here, so therefore it makes it a little bit more comfortable to run a motor. A lot of times if you're in a drift boat, you ever run a motor, it's right here on your side, or you're either have to stand up to get out of the way for it, where this can be slid over about, I think about 8 inches on this boat. Therefore, it makes it much more comfortable to use a motor where you can kick back on a lake in a nice, beautiful day, hopefully, and motor along with the boat. So it's pretty cool. As far as this boat comes, it's ready to fish. We have the 16-foot boats come with a 9.6 Cataract oar here. A great oar. It's a middle of the road oar. It's not necessarily a cheap oar by any means. It's just a good solid oar. And we have some other oar upgrade options, which we'll show you later in this video. But as far as this boat goes, it comes standard with the Cataract oars. You do have your choice of blades here. You can see on this side, you might go, well, what's that blade? This is a shoal cut blade, meaning it's got a little different cut to it. It's a great oar for shallow water. You get a little bit more grab in the water right along this portion here, whereas this oar, a little more pointy. So if you're in shallow water, you may not get as much grab. It still works. You can get away with it. So if you're doing a lot of shallow water stuff in the summertime, there's also other purposes for a shoal cut oar. You can go into details as far as feathering the oars, gradual dips in the water. I'm sure that people have other ideas than I have, but it doesn't cost any more for this blade. It's just something different. Tried and true, I think probably 70, maybe 75% of the boats that go out do come with the Magnum blade, which they call this, and it's kind of your tried and true blade. You can think about those options, talk to your salesman. Maybe you don't know enough here to figure that out. Let us know. We can help you through that. So again, comes standard with the Carlisle 9.6 oars. Comes standard with a 30-pound pyramid anchor here, 50-foot of rope, drain plugs, spare drain plugs. 16-foot boats come with the 16-foot galvanized trailer here. Great trailer. I've already upgraded some options on this just for the video's sake. It just has this boat buckles here, which are awesome. Ratchet strap boat buckles, keeps that boat centered up from sliding left to right. They do come with the standard strap, which I call a slap strap, which goes over the boat itself. They work. They're a little tougher on the boat. Sometimes they come loose a little bit, but if you want a good upgraded option, check out the boat buckles. They're not much money, a little over $100 for those. It also has a spare tire. It's not included in the package. We go ahead and put those on there at the buyer's request. So as far as this boat goes, ready to fish, you can see everything here. Has the Tempest folded padded seats, which are great seats. Rear casting brace in this boat. A 360 rowers box. A center anchor system. So now that we kind of talked about the basic stuff you might add. So the purpose of this video is because we do get a lot of phone calls and they're going, hey Jake, what should I add to the boat? So I'm going to go ahead and show you this boat. Pretty much every option you could add to this boat. I might miss a couple, but as far as rod holders, offset anchor system for a motor, you got to offset them with the gas motor. Little electric motors, you can get away sometimes on this boat with a plate I'm going to show you here. But as far as oar locks, there's some different oar locks, Cobra oar locks, Clackacraft branded swivel oar locks we have. We also have these really cool rod holders for these double, triple interior designs, which it can be placed in the pocket to hold 3 rods. They're really, really cool. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't have this. Your rods are always kind of piled up, sliding back. Get a set of these. They're not much. I think we have them online for around $80. I wish we had them in the beginning, but we didn't. We designed them about 6 months ago. Check them out, get a set. So again, double, triple rod holders. You can use them with we did build an earlier model with a double. They will work for that too. You might have to shave a little bit of this on some of the model boats, but this is a great, great option as far as that goes. So check those out online. I'm going to go ahead and go into some details as far as what you can add on this boat and go from there. Now on the 16-foot Big Eddy here, with this particular center anchor system, which comes standard in the boat, you can get away with this shorter motor plate, I guess narrower motor plate that we do sell. It's the same as this motor plate here, but what this is designed for is more of an electric motor. With the Big Eddy, it's such a tall transom back here, you cannot use a gas motor here because it will hit the side of this anchor mast. So therefore, we have this other motor plate, which allows the bigger motor to sit more center in the boat. And then we have an offset anchor system, which is like this. It's a wedged anchor system. You can see it here. It's got a little wedge welded in there. You could take your current boat and offset it and maybe create your own wedge, but on a new boat, if you're going to use something not electric, a 6 horsepower or 9, 8 horsepower, 8 horsepower, you're going to want to offset your anchor system. So what you're going to have to do is take this anchor mast off here, which we'll do for customers if they decide to upgrade. There's no additional charge to offset it. The only additional charge would be is if you decide to order a motor plate, because that's not included in the package price. So you'll take this guy, which will offset over to the side here, and bolt it on. You'll be left with 2 holes, but we silicone those back up and you know, put the motor plate over the top of it so you don't see that stuff. And then also along with that, when you order one of these, is we'll have these pulleys here. They change out the center pulley down inside the boat, and they're actually, if you look at them, they're welded with a lean. And what that does is kick that rope off to the side over to here to create less binding with the rope. If you don't get one of these, you're going to wear your rope out. It's going to be really tough to pull. So basically, these are the 3 items you'll need if you decide to go ahead and offset your anchor system. A motor plate. Sure, you can drop a motor around these transoms, but if you want to protect your boat, make sure to protect the security of your motor with this lip on this thing. You definitely want to order one of these motor plates along with this bracket here that has a wedge welded onto it, so it kicks it over to the side a little bit along with this pulley here. So those are the 3 items you'll need to go ahead and set the boat up for an anchor system. If you're not going to be using it, a motor, sure, leave it center, but you may down the road call us up and say, you know, you're right, Jake, I'm going to add a motor to this boat. I should go ahead and offset it. So those are the items you'll have to go to our online store to pick up and get. So that's kind of where we're at as far as setting the boat up for a motor if it's a center anchor system. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over here and start putting some parts and pieces on for you guys. All right, guys, we just got done installing all those goodies and accessories we just talked about. Been a busy Friday here at the Clackacraft with people buying boats and parts and pieces. So we got back to this and we got this guy finished up. It is looking awesome. We have a lot of goodies in this boat. We even changed the seats out. We're going to do that, but we wanted to show you how cool it looks with some of these upgraded seats in this thing. I'm going to start kind of with everything we did do it real quick here. We did obviously the upgraded seats, our swivel oar locks, which are super cool right here. You can see them. They're even shiny and polished. We did our 3 double, triple rod holders in this that hold all your rods and reels in place. You can, you know, travel short distances if the weather's good enough for you to go out there and put your rods in. Don't have to worry about them slipping out. We even did something cool I kind of forgot to talk about earlier is these new twist locks. They actually replace your current cup holders, your large cup holders, that is, because there's a smaller one too on some of the older boats. They got a little locking mechanism in the bottom of these. They are on our website. I know a lot of people probably haven't seen them, but they're super cool. I didn't have a can to put in this, but obviously it would hold a water bottle too. The top unscrews on this guy, slide in kind of your favorite beverage in there, locks into place, and guess what? Doesn't come out. Pretty cool. It's just something neat. It has 3 or 4 different, a canteen, kind of a coffee mug. It's type here. You can see it in the leg lock here too. We put one in there. Pretty awesome. I mean, you're always bumping stuff. Lose a coffee for the day, you're going to be kind of upset in the morning. We have the front one here, which I have a canteen in right here. Pretty cool. You know, little water, whatever you want to put in there. Kind of a fun little feature there. Twist lock is pretty cool. We have them logoed with our stuff. They even have these separate bases you can screw down to a flat surface. So if you don't have a cup holder, you can buy these and screw them down, which is pretty cool. Along with they have a flush mount plate. It looks a little fancier. These are probably a little bit less expensive. But I don't know if I have these on the website, but Twist Lock has them, I'm sure, on theirs. But you can give us a call. We do have them in stock. So pretty cool little option there. I went ahead, put the motor mount setup on this particular boat, we went ahead and set it up with the offset anchor system for any motor, along with the large motor plate, which you can use for gas, electric, all the above, up to 10 horse. We put an anchor nest on this boat too, which is really cool. It could hold up to like a 45-pound, which I wouldn't use, but some people like larger anchors. You can put a larger anchor in there. Again, these boats come with 30-pound anchors. So we also did Zigco double pulley anchor system, the new style one. This is, if you already have the portion that connects to your anchor, there's actually another piece you can connect to the bottom of your anchor mast. That'll keep the twisting out of it. It kind of unspins the rope. It gives you multiple ways to keep that rope from getting tangled up. So very cool option. You could talk to your sales guy about it. It's something you can add for not a lot of money, and it does help. You need to add additional 25 foot of rope to your 50. So if you have 50 foot, I guess you'd have to buy 75 feet. So it's pretty cool setup there. We also went ahead on this Big Eddy. Again, this rear box is removable, and it also is a box that can be slid over to the port side of the boat. Therefore, it makes it much more comfortable, and you can see that here with this thing overset one hole here. It makes it very, very nice to run a motor. Another thing we went ahead and upgraded the oars here to a Sawyer square top, dyno wide blade. It's probably one of our #1 selling oars out of here in the Pacific Northwest. Great, great oar to upgrade to. It's got about 1.5 pounds to the handle, side with the square top wood. Makes it kind of work with you. Kind of like the teeter-totter effect. The more weight you have on the back end, the easier it's going to be to lift those out of the water. So it really does help. And they also have good swing weight, which means they have good flex. So when you're pushing that oar through the water, it actually will spring with you and work with you instead of against you, which is a really nice option. Again, the boat buckles on the trailer, which are pretty awesome. Keeping that in place here. We went ahead and put the Folby rod holders on here. If no one's familiar with these are all adjustable. They actually open up. You can unlock them, and so therefore it's easier to retrieve the fish. They'll lock in place when you have a fish on. They won't fall out. We went ahead and put 2 bases in the front and a base left and right of the oarsman. Therefore, you can go ahead and switch back and forth depending on what side of the river you might want to fish on. This is another pretty cool option here too. This is the Folby fly rod version. Actually, you could take a fly reel, set it in here, pivot it down, and set it in here. I know a lot of you kind of sacrilegious maybe to troll fly, but that's what you can do a lot of times on some of the Central Oregon lakes and different lakes, is you can actually wind drift. Reason you might want to put in there, you have kids with you, you want to have them have opportunity with the rod. They might be moving around, they might get bored. At least you can put their rod in there and say, hey, you got a fish on. Set it in place, you don't have to worry about it. Or if you're just taking a break, you can set your rod and reel here versus setting it down inside the boat where it's going to get all scratched up. So these are not a bad option. In fact, we have a lot of guys that primarily just fly fish, and they add these to their boats. Also with this boat, we went ahead and put floor mats in just the rowers area. There's some mats you can buy for the upper floor areas, but usually the only reason I put them in the rowers areas because you do collect rainwater. It gets kind of sloshy there. It's the bottom of the boat. So therefore it's about 1 inch. I think our floor mats are about 1 inch tall. So it does keep you out of there, and they're super lightweight. So that's the best spot for those mats as far as I'm concerned. And it works really well there. So other than that, we got a bunch of fun other options. Upgraded seats again, the motor mounts, the rod holders, the twist locks, the double triple rod holders. Oh yeah, one more option here too. I didn't want to put it on this boat because it's kind of a Pacific option, and somebody comes to buy this boat, sometimes people may not want this. So it's really cool. It's a bow drop anchor bracket. It sits in the front of the boat. It takes 2 bolts. It's also a removable one, which is cool too. So you can take this out of the boat. You're not using it, you may not want it there all the time. And you can see it clips back into place here, and it tightens back down. You're good to go. It holds up to a 30-pound anchor, usually with the front anchor. I use like maybe up to a 20 at the most. The reason you might want a front anchor system is a lot of our coastal rivers, or if you lake fish, stillwater fish, you might want to drop an anchor off, because I want to stage myself right here to fish. The fish might be rolling right there. A lot of times the wind gets blowing, and guess what? You're fighting that boat, twisting in circles. And a lot of times if you're in a river situation with maybe more anglers, you're going to want to make sure that you're kind of anchored up so you're not going out over the hole. Some of our smaller rivers, a 16-foot boat could be right on top of the hole real quick if you didn't have a front anchor system. So it's really recommended, I think, to get one of these. But again, it's an option, so something to check out. But again, just wanted to show you the Big Eddy. It's an awesome boat. Again, this interior layout with the movable boxes and stuff can be put in all 4 of our major models, as far as from the 16 Eddy, 16 LP, 16 standard side, 18 Clackacraft also has, believe it or not, a lot of people don't know that, it does have a double triple rod holder layout in it. So check it out if that's kind of your cup of tea. It's a fun boat too. So But I just wanted to share some options with you guys and how to upgrade these things. And there might be some other stuff that we didn't mention today, but you know, if you've seen it in another boat, we can do it in our boat. So remember that. So again, thanks for watching our videos. I appreciate you guys checking us out. Again, if you like this video, like and subscribe down below. And you got some ideas for me, again, hit me up, jake@clackacraft.com. Love to do some videos for you guys.